timeout should the government push through with its plan to place the entire country under MGCQ. Beware of saliva test kits being sold online. The Philippine Red Cross says these are likely fake. Not guilty. Senator Lila de Lima is acquitted in one of the 3 drug charges filed against her. And in sports, the Hotshots welcome the Beast as Phoenix trades Calvin Abueva to Magnolia. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Charles Lejano. Starting today's newscast with lawmakers insisting that there's no need for a separate law to hold vaccine manufacturers accountable. This as some believe that the lack of indemnification is causing the delay of arrival of COVID-19 vaccines. Ria Fernandez tells us more.
Mid-February had been the initial target rollout for COVID vaccines in the country. Fast forward to today, no vaccines yet. Authorities point to a possible cause of delay, indemnification. This determines accountability in case vaccines have adverse effects. Vaccine czar Carlito Galvez says the government already sent the signed indemnity agreement to Pfizer and AstraZeneca. But it might not be enough. Drug manufacturers want a more concrete legal cover that will protect them from potential lawsuits. Galvez says Pfizer wanted to prevent a repeat of the Dengvaxia mess, which exposed Sanofi to a string of lawsuits.
Nagkaroon po tayo ng tinatawag na pagkakamali na hindi po natin nailagay na yung tinatawag na informed consent. At saka po yung tinatawag po natin na wala po tayong law or agreement na nagbibigay ng protection sa mga manufacturer.
While the sentiment is well-founded, Congressman Juni Cua says there is no need for a separate law. Cua says their proposed measure to expedite COVID vaccine procurement already includes an indemnity provision. It also scraps a provision allowing LGUs to directly purchase shots, limiting them to a tripartite agreement with government. Representatives say this ensures LGUs are backed up should there be a problem in vaccine quality and supply. Lawmakers also intend to augment PhilHealth's COVID-19 indemnity fund to 500 million pesos. But this failed to make the list of approved amendments. Cua said this may be sourced elsewhere.
Maraming pwedeng pagkunan dyan. Pwedeng kunin sa contingent fund. Pwedeng kunin sa other sources. Halimbawa natin, savings from debt service.
The bill is now on the House plenary, same as the Senate's version. Both chambers now move to fast-track its passage, although some senators question the so-called delayed response from the national government.
Ang private sector may perfected contract, may down payment.
Despite the delay, Galvez is optimistic the country will still get vaccines through the COVAX facility. For News 5, Ria Fernandez, We Are One News.
Quirino Representative Juni Cua says PhilHealth is the best agency to handle indemnity claims for COVID-19 vaccines. In an interview with A Big Story, Cua reiterated that funding for indemnification is included in their proposed emergency vaccine procurement bill. However, Cua admitted that they have yet to specify the government's funding source should Filipinos encounter any adverse reactions with authorized COVID-19 vaccines.
Well, we understand that there are issues about PhilHealth, especially in implementation credibility. But I think that is the best agency to handle this. It being the arm to do all these things. So we just have to ensure about the integrity of implementation.
Here are the biggest stories from the dailies. Filipino Star ngayon reports that health workers might call for another timeout once the entire country is placed under MGCQ. The Philippine College of Physicians says reopening the economy should be done gradually to prevent the sudden surge in infections. And if relaxing the quarantine status is inevitable, Limpin calls on the public to be more prepared and vigilant. The Philippine Red Cross warns the public against COVID-19 saliva tests that are being sold online. Pangmasa reports that selling of fake saliva tests over the internet has started just as the PRC launched the alternative testing service back in January. This warning comes on the heels of the announcement that PRC will open 20 more saliva collection centers in Robinson's malls across the country. And this from the Philippine Star, Senator Laila de Lima has been acquitted in one of the 3 drug cases that she is facing. The Muntinlupa Regional Trial Court granted her demur to evidence in the case with a certain Jad Dera, who was previously said to be her nephew but claims to be a police asset. However, that same court junked de Lima's demur to evidence on the case, with former aide Ronnie Dayan as co-accused. De Lima will continue her 4-year detention pending the resolution of her 2 other cases.
Sa kaso na dismiss, napatunayan natin na walang sabwatan. Hindi nakapagsabwatan sa Senator de Lima. So inaantay namin ngayon kung yan ang pag-aaralan ngayon ng defense team sa aming, dahil inaantay na naman siguro ni Jess na magpresenta kami ng ebidensya para tuluyan na siguro ma-dismiss yung kaso.
The Agriculture Department is now taking steps to ensure hog shipments from Mindanao will reach designated wet markets in the metro. This after some retailers complained that they have yet to receive supplies since the imports started arriving in Luzon. Shaila Francisco with the details.
2,000 hogs from Sock Sargent arrived in the port of Manila on Wednesday morning. The Agriculture Department says this will directly go to markets in Quezon City. This comes after over 1,000 hogs from General Santos City arrived on Tuesday as part of the 7,000 hog deliveries. Both hog arrivals are part of the Agriculture Department's program to lower pork prices amid the price cap. An average of 4,560 hogs have arrived daily since the price cap was implemented, surpassing the daily requirement in NCR. However, retailers claim that the supplies have not reached the markets yet. Aurora, a pork retailer, can't help but get emotional as she continues to grapple with high prices.
Sana po maparating ninyo ang mga baboy na sinasabi niyong mababang presyo. Pero ang baboy ho namin talagang mataas. Kailan ho namin matatanggap ang presyong mababa?
More than 3 wet markets in Metro Manila have complained to the DA, saying that hogs have not arrived in their areas since the first delivery last week. As vendors struggle to comply with the price cap, around 70 to 100 retailers face notices of complaint.
Di pa completely umabot sa on the process pa rin yung logistics natin di ba? Hindi naman at an instant nandun na siya kaagad Katulad nito, nagbiyahe pa ilang oras siya.
Agriculture Secretary William Dar denied claims that hogs from Mindanao have yet to make it to the wet markets.
Mayroon ng mga wholesalers na bibili at sila na yung nagdi-distribute sa mga iba't ibang wet markets. Hindi namin minamanage yun.
Some dealers did receive hog supply from the agency, although deliveries did not arrive daily. Dealers are now urging the DA to assign a point person for each market to ensure the arrival of hogs. But some meat dealers are not contented with this. They want the agency to name wholesalers as they may raise prices without the public's knowledge.
Kung muray kuha nila o mahal, hindi alam ng tao yan, na mga manlilili. Pag inilantad nila, malalaman na ng mga tao kung saan napupunta yung baboy.
The DA is now requiring wholesalers to declare which markets and retailers their hogs will be delivered to. Retailers are also asked to countersign the documents to ensure that hogs are delivered in NCR wet markets and other meat stores. But for now, the agency is advising consumers to look for other markets which follow the price ceiling. Shaila Francisco, VR1 News.
The Samahang Industriya ng Agrikultura, or SINAG, reiterates that the hog industry was not consulted on the implementation of the price ceiling in Metro Manila. On 1PH sa totoo lang, SINAG Chairman Rosendo So said the prices set by the Agriculture Department are artificial as these did not undergo proper consultation with hog raisers, traders, and retailers. So noted that Metro Manila will face a shortage in pork supply if it weren't for hog shipments coming from the Visayas and Mindanao. SINAG now calls for more subsidy for hog raisers and traders to help stabilize pork prices in the capital region.
Kung makikita mo, kung walang subsidy na binigay, hindi talaga kaya. Baka yung Metro Manila, kung hindi binigay yung subsidy, baka wala kayong stocks yan sa Metro Manila. Yun ang isang nangyari. Dahil yung presyo talaga, hindi kaya. Yung province kasi, yung mga province are selling up to down, no? 320, 330. So paano dadalhin sa Metro Manila kung yung province nagbebenta ng ganung presyo?
Tropical Depression Auring inches its way slowly towards the eastern part of the Caraga region. To tell us more on this, we have on the line Raymond Ordinario from the Pag-asa Weather Forecasting Center. Good morning, Raymond. Could you tell us where Tropical Depression Auring is currently located?
Yes, Charles, good morning. And this is our update regarding Tropical Depression Auring. And as of 3 a.m. today, it was estimated around 715 kilometers east-southeast of Hinatuan, Surigao del Sur, having a maximum sustained winds of 55 kilometers per near the center and a gustiness that may reach up to 70 kilometers per hour. And currently, it is moving slowly on a westward direction. And because of that, we're going to expect a cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms over the eastern Visayas, Caraga, and Davao region due to the trough of this tropical depression. Meanwhile, the northeast monsoon is still affecting the Luzon area, bringing cloudy skies with rains over Cagayan Valley, Aurora, Quezon, and Bicol region. Meanwhile, generally fair weather conditions aside from some isolated light rains is expected over Metro Manila and the rest of Luzon and of Visayas. Meanwhile, in Mindanao area or the rest of Mindanao area, we're going to expect a generally fair weather condition aside from some isolated rain showers or thunderstorms. Charles, as of now, we have gale warning raised over the seaboards of Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, La Union, Pangasinan, Cagayan, Batanes, Babuyan Island, Isabela, Aurora, Quezon, including the northern and eastern coast of Polillo Island, the Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Catanduanes, Sorsogon, Northern Samar, Eastern Samar, Dinagat Island, Surigao del Norte, including Siargao, Surigao del Sur, and Davao Oriental. So we're still advising our fisher folks and those who have small sea crafts not to venture out of those seaboards because we're still expecting some high waves. Charles?
All right. Could you tell us how long before Auring reaches land and where exactly it will make landfall?
So based on our latest track, we're expecting that this, since currently it is not moving or almost stationary on this location, we might have some effect of the tropical depression on the weekend. And on Sunday early morning, we might expect to make a landfall over the northern Caraga and eastern Visayas area. So that's the most probable place where this tropical depression will make landfall, and it will traverse over the Visayas up to the southern Luzon area.
Raymond, based on what you're seeing, do you expect Auring to further intensify into a tropical storm?
Yes, we still have a chance of intensification because it is over the ocean, and currently it is not moving, so it might gain some strength before it reaches Mindanao area.
All right, thanks for that, Raymond. That was Pag-asa weather forecaster Raymond Ordinario. Time now for some sizzling sports action. After making a solid comeback during last year's bubble, Calvin Abueva was traded to the Magnolia Hotshots. That is, despite Abueva signing a 3-year extension with the Fuel Masters worth 15 million pesos. Magnolia gave up guard Chris Banchero, not just for Abueva, but also for Phoenix's first-round pick. Recall that in his first season back from his indefinite suspension, Abueva helped Phoenix make it to the semifinals. And he was also one of the front-runners for the Best Player of the Conference award. And that's how the day is shaping up to be. Join us later at 10 a.m. as we monitor the day's biggest stories from sunrise to sundown. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. We are One News.